Let's talk about Tartu, a city you probably haven't heard of, but should. Estonia is known for tech and forests, but Tartu is its brainy, creative heart. While Tallinn gets the spotlight, Tartu quietly shapes the nation from the banks of the Emajogi River. It's a city of students, thinkers, and centuries of history, buzzing with youthful energy. Tartu is the 2024 European Capital of Culture, a big deal for a city that blends medieval charm with modern innovation. Here, you can wander ancient streets in the morning and debate AI in a tech hub by afternoon. Tartu is where Estonia's identity was forged, its intellectual and spiritual core. To understand Estonia, you have to start here, and who doesn't love a good origin story? Before Tartu became a city of scholars and culture, it was something much humbler, a wooden fort called Tarbatu, built by ancient Estonians around the 5th century. Long before the university, the cafes, and the festivals, this place was a stronghold on the edge of the wild, surrounded by dense forests, and the ever-present flow of the Emajogi River. Perched high on Tuumamägi Hill, Tarbatu was more than just a fort. It was a lookout, a home, and a symbol of survival. From here you could see for miles, keeping watch over the river that brought both opportunity and danger. The name Tarbatu likely comes from the aurochs, the mighty wild cattle that once roamed these lands. So in a way, Tartu's earliest days were as Cowtown, but with a wild, untamed twist. Life here was anything but easy. People farmed the land, fished the river, and defended their wooden walls from invaders. Every day was a test of strength, skill, and community spirit. The people of Tarbatu worshipped the forests, rivers, and stones. They spoke their own language, passed down stories by firelight, and built a tight-knit, resilient community that valued tradition and togetherness. Archaeologists have uncovered pottery, tools, and even jewelry here, evidence of a society that was organized, creative, and deeply rooted in this land. Tartu's roots run deep. Centuries before foreign powers arrived, it was already Estonian to the core, shaped by the hands and hopes of its earliest settlers. This origin story became a powerful symbol centuries later, as Estonians fought to reclaim their identity and independence. The memory of Tarbatu gave them a sense of belonging and pride. When history was questioned, they could point to Tarbatu and say, "We were here first." It's a legacy that can't be erased. It's the ultimate, "I liked this band before they were famous" moment, but for an entire nation, and for generations to come. And the best part? They've got the archaeological receipts to prove it. Real, tangible links to the past, preserved in the earth beneath their feet. Tartu's DNA is pure Estonian, woven from centuries of resilience and pride. That's not just history, it's identity, and it still matters today. In the 13th century, everything changed. German crusaders stormed Tarbatu, a once quiet settlement perched on the banks of the Emajogi River. The arrival of these knights marked the beginning of a new era, one filled with ambition, conflict, and transformation. The crusaders rebuilt the city in stone, fortifying it against future attacks, and gave it a new name, Dorpat. The old wooden fort was replaced by imposing walls and grand buildings, signaling the city's growing importance. Soon, Dorpat joined the Hanseatic League, a powerful network of trading cities stretching across northern Europe. Merchants from far and wide flocked here, bringing exotic goods, new ideas, and a vibrant energy to the bustling markets. Wealth poured in, and grand cathedrals rose over the old Estonian fort. The skyline was transformed by soaring spires and intricate stonework, reflecting the city's newfound prosperity. But Tartu was a prize everyone wanted. Germans, Russians, Poles, Swedes, all took turns ruling. Each new regime left its mark, turning the city into a patchwork of cultures and influences. With every change in power came new languages echoing through the streets, new laws to follow, and new religions to practice. The city's identity was constantly being rewritten, yet something essential always remained. The city was besieged, burned, and rebuilt so many times it's a wonder anything survived. Fires and wars left scars, but the people of Tartu refused to let their home disappear. The great cathedral was left in ruins, a moody reminder of Tartu's turbulent past. Its weathered stones stand as silent witnesses to centuries of upheaval and resilience. Through centuries of chaos, Tartu learned to adapt and survive. The city's spirit was shaped by adversity, forging a community that could weather any storm. It became a resilient city, holding onto its core identity no matter who was in charge. Old traditions blended with new influences, creating a unique culture that endures to this day. Every stone here tells a story of resistance and reinvention. The city's walls, streets, and monuments are living testaments to the people who refuse to give up. Tartu's history is a masterclass in survival, a tale of endurance and hope that continues to inspire. It's a city that never gave up, always finding a way to rise from the ashes and reinvent itself. And that's just the beginning. Tartu's story is far from over. The University of Tartu is the city's crown jewel, an institution that has shaped not just the city, but the entire nation of Estonia. Its presence is felt everywhere, from the city's skyline to the spirit of its people. Founded in 1632 by the Swedes, it put Tartu on the map as a center of learning. For centuries, it has been a beacon for those seeking knowledge and progress, drawing ambitious minds from near and far. Despite wars, occupations, and upheaval, the university survived, adapting to each new era and attracting scholars from across Europe. Its resilience is legendary, and its halls have echoed with the voices of generations. Under Russian rule, it became a German-language university, a rare intellectual bubble in the vast Russian Empire. Here, ideas could be exchanged freely, even when the world outside was changing rapidly. In these quiet corners, ideas of freedom and nationalism quietly flourished, nurtured by passionate students and professors who dreamed of a better future for Estonia. In the 19th century, Estonian students sparked the National Awakening, a movement that would change the course of history. They gathered here to debate, organize, and inspire each other. Using the university as their base, they studied folklore, codified the Estonian language, and dreamed of independence. The first Estonian newspaper, the beloved song festival, and even the national flag all trace their roots back to Tartu. These symbols of identity and unity were born here, in the heart of the city. When Estonia declared independence in 1918, it was Tartu's educated elite who led the way, guiding the nation through its first steps of self-rule. In 1919, the university finally taught in Estonian, a powerful symbol of national pride and a turning point for the country's cultural identity. The university became the engine of a nation, producing leaders, thinkers, and artists who would shape Estonia's destiny for generations to come. Tartu's legacy is one of knowledge, culture, and self-determination. Its influence reaches far beyond the city limits, touching every corner of Estonian life. It's where Estonia found its voice, and where new voices continue to rise. And it's still shaping the country today, as students and scholars push boundaries and imagine the future. That's why Tartu matters, because it's not just history, it's the heartbeat of a nation. The 20th century hit Tartu hard. Soviet and Nazi occupations, war, and devastation. The city's spirit was nearly crushed. Intellectuals deported, the university censored, and historic buildings bombed. Tartu became a closed Soviet military town, isolated and gray. Yet the spirit of Tartu survived underground. Professors and students quietly preserved Estonian language and culture, resisting Russification. The city became a symbol of passive resistance, a place where hope endured. When the Soviet Union began to crumble, Tartu led the Singing Revolution, helping restore Estonia's independence in 1991. Tartu's darkest days forged its resilience. The city emerged, ready to reinvent itself once again. Through every occupation, Tartu held on to its soul. It's a story of survival against the odds. Tartu never stopped believing in itself, and that made all the difference. After independence, Tartu faced a tough recovery, shabby buildings, a broken economy, and Soviet scars. But the city got to work, restoring its pastel old town and reviving its creative energy. The university became a hub for research and innovation, fueling Estonia's digital revolution. Startups flourished, and Tartu became a magnet for international students and digital nomads. Today, you'll find electric scooters zipping past centuries-old houses and modern cafes in ancient buildings. The art scene thrives, with quirky sculptures and festivals everywhere. The old Soviet airbase is now the Estonian National Museum, a symbol of transformation. Tartu turned its painful past into a foundation for a bright, open future. It's a city that embraces change without losing its soul. The vibe is smart, creative, and laid back. Tartu proves you don't have to be loud to be important. It's a quiet powerhouse. And its glow-up is epic. So why does Tartu matter? It's Estonia's conscience, the place where the nation thinks, dreams, and defines itself. While Tallinn is the face, Tartu is the soul. The University of Tartu keeps producing leaders, artists, and innovators. The spirit of Tartu, intellectual freedom, creativity, and community, still thrives. In a noisy world, Tartu's City of Good Thoughts motto is more than a slogan. It's a mission. The city is walkable, green and welcoming, with a sense of community you won't find elsewhere. Tartu proves you don't have to be the biggest to be the most important. Its quiet strength is its superpower. The story of Tartu is one of survival, reinvention and hope. If you visit Estonia, don't just stop in Tallinn, take the train to Tartu. Walk the hill, sip a coffee and feel the vibe. You'll be standing where Estonia's story began. And that honestly slaps.